This is a message for the parents and carers of all children at BGS, from reception right the way through to upper six. Just a welcome back message, or a welcome to the community message, as we start this new term and look forward to this brilliant new academic year 2024-25. It's been a really happy, purposeful, joyful start to the new term, I think, as we approach the end of this first week. It was a real privilege welcoming well over 200 new pupils and families to the BGS family, as we call it, as we started this term. Of course, lots of children going through transition points as they move up through the school, but it's always really nice to see that injection of fresh faces to the community. I've been really fortunate to be able to be out and about a lot this last week, talking to children, new and those who were with us beforehand, about how these first few days have been. Happy is definitely one of the words they use. Tired, they use quite a lot, which is also a good thing, we think. We encourage them, obviously, to work hard and play hard here, but they're really glad to be back, as far as I can tell, into the routine of being back in school, seeing all their friends, and joining in with the vast myriad activities that we have going on here. And as well as welcoming over 200 new families last week, we're really glad to see all our new reception children starting slightly later and joining our community, and they really bring some real joy and energy to us all. Now, I'd also like to thank those parents and carers who've been in touch with us to feedback on the letter that was sent out by the Chair of Governors regarding fees just before the start of term. Obviously a challenging time ahead for the whole independent sector and for a number of our families and parents for whom any sort of increase in fees is always going to be difficult and unwelcome. But I hope you appreciate the clarity with which we've communicated, and I hope, as I've said, that if you do feel this is something that might be an issue for you, you feel free to contact the school, talk to us about it, and we can see what we might be able to do. In the meantime, what we are making very clear to you is that what BGS is, the essence of who we are, the outstanding care and education we provide, will not be impacted by anything that's going on in the political and financial climate out there. Because we want you to know that when you invest in your child's care and upbringing and education and future here, it's an investment that is really worth it in every sense, including that financial sense. Thinking back to the very beginning of the summer, we had some really outstanding IB results, with our top few pupils achieving in the top fraction of 1% globally, which is phenomenal, all part of the massive academic heritage that we obviously have at BGS. Fast forward a few weeks to the A-level results, and again there are some really outstanding results there at the top, and I'm not going to list all the statistics that are on the website for us, but they really are very impressive. And what's the most important, we always say that these children are not just the grades on a piece of paper, they're the sum of everything that they've experienced at BGS, and that leads them into a position to go on to what they want to do afterwards. And I'm really glad that virtually all of them have gone on to what they want to do, or if they haven't yet, they're re-evaluating with our help what they might want to do. And that's a clear message here, that while we have so many children who will have got exactly what they wanted and perhaps even surpassed their expectation, we remain here for everybody, and we are here for those who didn't quite get what they wanted, and we're helping them, those very few, through to the next stages. We had our GCSE results just a couple of weeks ago, and they were really, the IB and A-level were great, the GCSE were phenomenal, our record-breaking year, our highest number of children achieving the top grades ever, over 55% getting what in old money was the A-star, grades 8 to 9. So again, phenomenal, and I just want to thank not just the children for all the work they put into it, but their outstanding staff there who, not just in this year, but throughout their time at BGS, have got them to a place where they can perform so well in those exams. Now, you know that sport is a huge part of what we do at BGS. Thank you to those parents who enabled so many children to turn out for our pre-season sports, which happened in the week or two before term started. It meant that last Saturday we had an outstanding fixture list, over 20 teams, hundreds of children representing BGS, home and away, so many of them making debuts and doing so fantastically. I'd like to thank those colleagues of mine who enable all those opportunities every weekend, also in the holidays during the pre-season, and of course a good number of them took well over 100 pupils away on the senior school sports tour to South Africa. These are the sorts of events that really, the children take away from here memories that will last a lifetime. Everybody's come back buzzing from it. Pupils, parents, staff have all told me how much it meant to them. One of those incredibly wonderful opportunities. That was also true of the smaller number of pupils in year 9 and 10 who went on the German trip at the very start of the summer holidays. And again, the teachers who went with them tell me they had a fantastic time, but they were brilliant ambassadors for BGS. So thank you. So yeah, it's been a really positive start to the term, and it's been so great welcoming all the children back and seeing all my colleagues, including 25 new colleagues who are going to add to the dynamism of our common room. Coming up for the rest of the term, lots of events across the whole school too. I'll draw your attention to. There's the dance production coming up, which involves children from right across the school. Always absolutely amazing. The quality of dance here, as well as all our performing arts, very, very strong. As you know, we got a mention last year in the week for being very strong at dance and drama. So looking forward to that. We also have the whole school open evening on October the 4th, which will have so many children involved from all across the age groups, showing the school off to its very best. And the feedback I get from that always is that our kids are our biggest asset in terms of selling the school. As you may remember, if you did such a tour, it's the children who show you around and talk to you about the school, and I couldn't be prouder of the school than when the children are doing that. They're such great ambassadors. If you have a child who's about to move up in the next year or two through a transition, then by all means do please come along and have a look at different parts of the school that you haven't seen. It's always such a joyful occasion. So yeah, very positive start to the term. Just remains for me to say thank you to you, our parents and carers, for entrusting to us the care and education of your children. We know it's going to be a really very, very positive term, and I look forward to seeing how it all pans out.